For a short while, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is the world's richest man, surpassing Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates on Thursday. After that, Amazon stock fell. Forbes' real-time ranking placed Bezos second. One investor claims that Russian President Vladimir Putin is wealthier than Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos combined, despite Seattle's entrepreneurs' competition. Bill Browder, former CEO of Hermitage Capital Management, testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee last week that Vladimir Putin is worth over $200 billion. The Atlantic received these comments. In 2019 book, Russia's Crony Capitalism, Swedish economist Anders Aslund argues that Putin has used relatives, childhood acquaintances, bodyguards, and others to retain his money. He estimates that each person is worth $100 billion to $130 billion, or $500 million to $2 billion. Putin's longtime judo sparring partner, Arkady Rotenberg, received almost $7 billion in government contracts to build a power plant and expand ski resorts before the Sochi Olympics. More recently, Rotenberg, whose brother Boris and son Igor are also billionaires, claimed possession of a massive complex of structures on the Black Sea coast that Alexei Navalny, the Russian opposition leader, called Putin's palace. Then there is Putin's former son-in-law, Kirill Shamalov. Shamalov, the son of Putin's close friend, became Gazprom Bank's legal division's main counsel. After supposedly marrying Putin's daughter in a secret ceremony, the floodgates opened. Soon after, Shamalov borrowed money from Gazprom Bank, which Aslund claims is responsible for 2/3 of the Putin's income, and bought a 17% stake in Sibir from Putin's ally Gennady Timchenko. 3 years after the wedding, he was a billionaire at 34. Shamalov lost his fortune and had to sell his Sibir stock after the union ended between 2016 and 2017. In the 2016 Panama Papers investigation, cellist Sergei Roldugin, one of the Putin's closest pals, was linked to a network of the businesses with up to $2 billion in cash flows and $100 million in assets. In Leningrad, Roldugin introduced Putin to his ex-wife. Roldugin told The Guardian that wealthy business people donated musical instruments for needy students. Aslund says affluence fosters reliance. Much can happen when you have too much money, especially in Russia. Browder tells Congress, "I guess that has accumulated $200 billion. He keeps all his money in the West, where it may be frozen and confiscated." Browder claims Putin's wealth comes from dubious deals. Putin employs around 10,000 bureaucrats in Russia who are given orders to assassinate, torture, kidnap, demand ransom, and confiscate people's property. Browder said, from 1996 through 2005, Browder ran Hermitage Capital Management, a Russian financial advisory firm that invested $4 billion in the Russian companies. Threat to the national security evicted the financier in 2005. Russia confiscated Hermitage Capital Management's investment funds after his eviction. Hermitage Capital Management paid $230 million in taxes to the Russian government, according to Browder. Browder appeared before Congress because Sergei Magnitsky, a Russian attorney he hired to investigate his business seizure, was brutally tortured and died in prison in 2009. Since then, Browder has opposed Russian corruption. A congressional investigation into the Russian intervention in the 2016 presidential election required him to testify. Elon Musk is the richest man on record, but he thinks Putin could be richer. In late 2021, the Tesla CEO eclipsed Amazon's Jeff Bezos as the world's richest person. In a recent interview, Insider's parent company, Axel Springer, CEO Matthias Döpfner asked Elon Musk, "How do you feel? being at a net worth of roughly $260 billion, regarded as the richest person on Earth. Musk replied, "I think Putin is richer than me. Putin's wealth and whereabouts are unknown." In 2017, congressional hearing, billionaire Bill Browder said Putin had acquired $200 billion of ill-gotten gains. After his invasion of the Ukraine, the US and other Western nations have sanctioned Russia, Putin's allies, and the Russian president. Putin has a $1.4 billion Black Sea home and a $4 million Monaco condo. Musk and Dofner agreed that Putin's invasion must be stopped. Musk added, "We cannot let Putin rule Ukraine, stupid. I think the US government has done more than the public realizes, but it's been hidden. Action is necessary." Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, which caused the worst humanitarian crisis in the global war II, stunned the world. Vladimir Putin, a world leader, was also highlighted. The West has long kept a close eye on him because he has been in charge of the Russian affairs for many years. However, even seasoned diplomats and decision makers were shocked by his choice to start a war with the Ukraine in the year 2001. With his charisma and background as a KGB agent, Putin has long held the attention of the entire globe. We will now look at his style of living. According to Fortune, the criminal has officially claimed that Putin earns $140,000 a year. Despite regularly being called the richest man in the world, the investigation noted that among his publicly listed assets are an 800-square-foot apartment, a trailer, and 3 cars. A 2017 claim by the asset management and investment company Hermitage Capital Management that Putin's personal wealth surpasses $200 billion was made. The assertion was made in front of a U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee by the company's CEO Bill Browder. Due to the fact that Browder made large investments in Russia throughout the 1990s, his comments on Putin and Russia are taken seriously. Because of the lifestyle he leads, rumors about the Russian president's ridiculously large net worth continue to circulate. Putin is spotted wearing expensive watches, including a $500,000 Alain Sony Tubograph and a $60,000 Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar, according to Fortune. Putin reportedly owns exquisite timepieces worth $700,000, or about 6 times his annual income, according to an ABC News investigation from 10 years ago. Also rumored to belong to Putin is a stylish 190,000 square foot estate built on a cliff with a view of the Black Sea. Numerous news sources mention the hotel's features, including frescoed ceilings, a marble swimming pool filled with statues of the Greek gods, spas, an amphitheater, a state-of-the-art ice hockey rink, a Vegas-style casino, and a nightclub. Russian opposition leaders have previously posted pictures of the opulent property, referring to it as Putin's country cottage. As if that weren't enough, the mansion has a bar room where expensive wines and spirits are displayed. The photos allegedly show a $54,000 bar table, lavish $850 Italian toilet brushes, and $1,250 toilet paper holders in addition to dining room furniture that's worth $500,000. In addition, rumors claim that the 69-year-old Russian president has 19 other residences, 700 automobiles, 58 aircrafts, and helicopters. Nevertheless, the BBC reports that Russian oligarch Arkady Rotenberg asserted ownership of the home in January of this year. One of these planes, the Flying Kremlin, had a gold bathroom and cost $716 million to construct. The 140-meter-long, 6-floor mega yacht in Italy was depicted in an article by The Guardian on Tuesday that also claimed to be owned by Putin. On the Tuscan coast of Italy, near Marina di Carrara, a shipyard is where the Scheherazade, a vessel worth an estimated $700 million is docked. The ship reportedly contains a spa, swimming pools, 2 helipads, a fireplace that burns wood, and a pool table that tilts to decrease the effect of waves, according to an article in The Guardian. The West has watched him run Russia for decades. However, starting a conflict in Ukraine in the 21st century startled even seasoned diplomats and policymakers. Putin's personality and KGB background have fascinated the world. We examine his lifestyle. According to Fortune, the Kremlin says Putin earns $140,000 annually. The article said his officially disclosed assets include an 800 square foot apartment, a trailer, and 3 cars. He has often considered the world's richest. Hermitage Capital Management estimated Putin's wealth investments in Russia make his statements regarding Putin and Russia credible. Due to his lifestyle, the Russian president's ludicrous wealth claims persist. According to Fortune, Putin wears $60,000 Patek Philippe perpetual calendars and $500,000 Elaine Sony turbographs. 10 years ago, ABC News reported that Putin owned $700,000 costly watches, 6 times his official salary. Putin reportedly owns 190,000 square foot houses on a Black Sea cliff. Many news outlets describe the facility as having frescoed ceilings, a marble pool adorned with Greek god sculptures, spas, an amphitheater, a state-of-the-art ice hockey rink, a Vegas-style casino, and a nightclub. The home contains a bar room with expensive wine and spirits. Russian opposition leaders have called the lavish property Putin's country cottage and shared photos. Photos include $500,000 dining room furniture, a $54,000 bar table, and bathrooms with $850 Italian toilet brushes and $1,250 toilet paper holders. Russian businessman Arkady Rotenberg told the BBC in January that he owns the home, not Putin. Besides the Black Sea home, the 69-year-old Russian president is said to own 19 additional houses, 700 automobiles, 58 aircraft and helicopters. The $716 million flying Kremlin includes a gold toilet. The Guardian published a photo of Putin's 140-meter, 6-floor Italian mega yacht on Tuesday. Marina di Carrera's shipyard holds the $700 million Scheherazade. The Guardian said that the ship had a spa, swimming pools, 2 helipads, a wood-burning fireplace, and a tilting pool table to minimize wave effect. What do you think of our video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.